Hello loves, welcome to Fifth Dimension. If you are interested in today's reading, it is going to be just some spiritually guided messages. So you can either choose by whichever card draws your attention. We have Share Your Voice right here, Financial Constraints, and Wind. If you prefer to choose by crystal, we have this, I'm not even sure what this is called at the moment, and I'm not even going to try to think. Sparkly white crystal. We have a clear quartz, and we have a Labradorite. I think that's how you pronounce it. So go ahead and make your choice, and I will see you at your reading, loves. Hi, pile number one. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this card, Share Your Voice, Come Out of the Cave, Persecution and Expression, then this is your reading, okay? So I do have some channeled messages before I reveal your cards. But before I do, I want to ask that you take, if you haven't already, one quick second and click on that subscribe button for me. For those of you who have already done that, you have no idea how much gratitude I have for seeing my cute little channel grow in its number in the way that it has, especially since I haven't uploaded a video in almost a week. Because if you can't tell, I've been very sick, okay? And then I got everybody in my household sick, so now I'm having to tend for them. So, thank you so much. For those of you who haven't already subscribed, please take that second and do that for me. And let's go ahead and get into your messages, okay? So, sharing your voice. All right, this can have, well, it can have more than two messages, right? But the main two scenarios that I'm seeing play out are either this is something within your personal life, so family, friends, relationships, careers, situationships, whatever that is, in which you are feeling the strong inclination to speak up, because this is my speak up card, okay? And there's a lot of hesitation in you, and I feel like it's causing you a lot of anxiety, and you've been processing it, and maybe even sort of like waiting out like the vibe, like trying to feel when the timing may be right for the opportunity. Like you're waiting for the right opportunity, and the truth is like the only opportunity is now, right? Unfortunately, that's the truth. The only power you have is in right now. And so you are strongly being guided to release this fear that you have, and I know that's not an easy thing to do. Oh, I didn't even mention the second scenario. The second scenario would be like if you are attempting some sort of like leadership role in which you feel anxious about sharing your voice, about speaking your truth. This could be like in a public forum, so it could be like on a stage at some sort of conference, it could be in front of a class, or it could be in your community, or it could be like online, you know. But it's really about sharing something about yourself that you feel very scared to do. Like it's going to put you, I feel like you're going to feel in a vulnerable position. Regardless of which scenario this is for you, it's going to make you feel very vulnerable. And I feel like that's why there's such hesitation and fear to speak up. Like I said, this is my speak up card. You're really being guided to take a deep breath, to really go within, and because that's what caves represent, right? Within, like going into the darkness and going within ourselves. But it's really about understanding, well, what is your reasoning for wanting to express this? What is your goal? You know, why do you feel the strong inclination to share this? And it's not meant for you to like go and doubt your intentions, but really like just to go confirm to yourself, to reaffirm to yourself that this is something that you need to do. Because like I said, the only power that you have in the timing is right now, and that's what you are strongly being guided to do, is come out of this fear. It's not like, oh, hurry the hell up and do it. Well, it kind of is, right? But the spirit is being gentle with you and wants to guide you to gently just take a deep breath. And really, these fears are holding you in paralyzation, like you're paralyzed out of fear to speak up about whatever it is this is, to really, like I said, to go within and really reaffirm to yourself why you feel the need, why you feel this inclination to speak your truth, okay? Because speaking your truth is always a beautiful thing. Yes, it puts you in a vulnerable place, but it also puts you in a powerful place, okay? Because not many people are capable of pushing past that fear and speaking their truth, okay? So let's take a look at your cards. We have emotions are running high, which is what I've been feeling. I feel there's a lot of anxiety. I feel like you feel the anticipation of taking this step, and I feel like you've been building up to this. This is not something like you just decided last night that you want to speak up about this. This is something that you've been building up to, and so therefore you've gotten to this place of like, you feel like the timing is now, but you're scared, right? There's that fear. You're just like, oh, once I do this, there's no going back. So, like I said, there was that strong guidance to take a deep breath, and go within. Instead of thinking of everything that may be happening as after this, like what could occur after you speak up, just remember why it is that you're doing it, because that's what's going to matter in the end, right? Is why it is that you're doing it. We have ears wide open with the number 33. Every time I say the number 3, so 3 doubled up, even more powerful, I feel forward movement. I feel like real building of some sort of steady foundation, okay? It also reminds me of the 3 of Pentacles, which is, yeah, building up to something. With ears wide open, this really may be about you feeling on extra sensory alert with these emotions running high, but it could also be guidance for you to just really keep an ear open for guidance that may be offered to you that you might be missing, okay? Also, you're bringing in the ears just came to mind, so if that might be a thing that some of you guys may be experiencing, aside from any sort of medical situation you may be having, ringing of the ears may be something where you're being trained, where there's messages trying to come through for you, okay? Then we have healing the heart. So healing the heart in connection with this is really making me feel like speaking your truth in this specific situation, coming out of that cave, as vulnerable as a position that it's going to put you in, which is what you're fearing, right? You're here covering your heart, trying to protect it, but at the same time I feel like in doing so, in coming out of your cave and really speaking your truth, that this is giving you a new opportunity to heal yourself in a way that you've not been able to do yet. I really feel like it's going to be powerful. Like the reaction that you're fearing is actually an illusion, is what I'm hearing, because I feel like the reaction that's actually going to come from you speaking up is going to lead to some sort of really intense healing for you. Yes, and then we have sacred reverence. I don't know what reverence means. I'm not sure. That's not bringing anything to mind right now, but aside from that specific word, I feel like this is something that's going to really unlock new potential for you. And I mean, in the shape of a heart, like, come on, healing the heart, and then the heart's right here. This is going to unlock something, just maybe a part of you that you didn't even know that you had within. Maybe some sort of purifying is what I'm hearing of your heart and your heart's energy, to where maybe you've had a lot of darkness still within, and it's really going to help you when it comes to that. I feel like it's like an amplification of this healing, like healing on another level that you've not experienced yet, loves. Then we have polarity. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. And I was just talking about potential, like you have a lot of darkness within you still. So maybe it's about reverence. I don't know. That kind of makes me think of like a union, but I don't know if that's what it means. So I apologize for not knowing the definition of that word. But I could kind of feel like with this polarity card coming out right after, that perhaps this is about integrating creating some sort of union between what shadows you hold within, because we all hold them regardless of, we all are a mesh of both shadow and light. I don't know why I drew a complete blank there, but I feel like this could be like, maybe that's where this amplification is coming from, is really putting them into balance in a way that allows you to feel differently. We have snake with shed old skin, so some sort of transformation that's going on, and that's this energy. I feel it being very powerful, that it'll lead to some sort of transformation and allow you to shed old ways, old beliefs, old heartaches, old wounds, that you'll be able to release when it comes. I feel like this is going to be so powerful for you, loves. Like whatever it is that you need to speak up about, even if it's something personal within you, I feel like it's going to have such a profound impact on your life, really, is being able to find that courage, because maybe it's just like the first steps, and you being able to speak up this one time encourages you every single other time, because you can remind yourself when you feel that fear, like, I've done this before, right? So we have healing, yeah, lots of emphasis, and there's the snake again, the kundalini, perhaps, but this is going to lead to some significant transformation in you there with that healing card. We have the Four of Earth. Yeah, there's that clinging. But remember I said that this is going to allow you to shed, because there's some clinging going on with you to this old self, to this old pain, to this fear even. All right, let's see what the last one is. And then we have self. Focus on the self. I really am just confirmed right now with the impact that this is going to have. There is this energy in you, which is the original energy that I said, right? That you were really like struggling and putting up resistance when it comes to moving past the fear. But I feel like you are going to be able to, because I actually did have it in reverse. I feel like you're overcoming that. I don't usually read reversals, but I feel like in this case, this is a reversal. You are overcoming this. You are going to be able to overcome the fear that you have, because it's like I said originally, like it's about going within. You know that this is the right thing for you, and you know that it's an important step in your journey, and it really is. With this healing and the self, like this is going to lead to something very profound for you, which is what I keep on feeling. Okay, so those are your messages, loves. Thank you. If you stayed all the way through, I appreciate it. If this resonated, please give me a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment if you'd like to, if that's something you're comfortable with. And I hope that you all have a good one. Till we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this card right here, financial constraints, there it is, and this clear quartz right here, then this is your reading. So I already got a couple of channeled messages just based on this card. But before I get started, I want to thank those of you that have already subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much gratitude I have to watch those numbers on my little channel. Well, little, not for too much longer, right? I very much have so much gratitude for seeing that number go up. So thank you for those of you who have subscribed. And if you haven't already, take one quick second to click that subscribe button and the little notification as well. That way you can get my readings right away. All right, so financial constraints, pile number 2. I feel like there's the tendency in you, pile number 2, to have finances on your focus a lot, right? Which is normal, right? We think about money. We have bills to pay. We have things to do. However, strong message that I'm getting is that with this old looking, broken down building, spider cobwebs all over this bookshelf case, money cabinet, whatever it is, okay? Um, I'm getting this strong message that these financial constraints that your focus is on is an illusion, because they are very old and outdated perceptions that you have of yourself when it comes to money, and not only your worthiness, but of how hard or difficult or the sacrifices. I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions that you're very well aware of now, but for whatever reason, these old ways of thinking, these old concepts are starting to peek into your energy. So I don't feel like you're necessarily like going broke. I feel like this is just like a worry that is heavy in your energy at the moment. And like I said, with all the cobwebs and everything there, I feel like you've done a lot of work to remove this mentality that you have of the great lack of money that is available to you. And also, when I was seeing this card, give me a second. Okay. Damn, I forgot where I was. Oh, that when I was focusing on the card as I was shuffling, I kept on seeing like irrigation canals being dug, like, and several too. Like, they were skinny little canals, but I saw them being dug for the purpose of allowing water to flow through. And so what that tells me is that you are in the process of creating several avenues for yourself. However, you're not necessarily seeing the flow come in. So this may be why this old concept of lack of money is coming back into your energy. I also saw 333 right as I looked at my phone recording. So that's a good angel number, okay? So like I said, I definitely feel like these are things that you've already been working towards removing, like removing this sort of lack when it comes to how you view money and yourself, the relationship between you and money, okay? But let's go ahead and see what else comes out. I also apologize for my raspy ass voice. I'm recovering from a week of death. Have faith in your dreams, loves. Okay, so this is probably having to do, 1000% it does have to do. You are creating new avenues for yourself, and you've not necessarily seen them flourish. You're not seeing the water flow through them quite yet with the little waxing crescent moon, but have faith, okay? You need to stay firm in your focus, and even though this is creeping up on you, I feel like that's why you were led here today for this guidance, because although this lack mentality, like you're aware when you feel this come up, like maybe it's fear that comes up, or maybe it's anxiety or worry or stress, whatever it is that you feel when it comes to money that comes up for you, like you're aware, like I feel like you're calming yourself down, like, hey, relax, this is gonna take time, and you just gotta trust, and you're trying to like check yourself, and that's a good thing. I'm hearing they're proud of you for that. A time to give rather than to take, okay? New moon in Virgo. I feel like this is for a message specifically to having to do within yourself, having to give to yourself, because I don't think this is about time to give like to others. I really feel like it's a time to give to yourself, because remember, with law of attraction, like it's about our worthiness. When it comes to money, when it comes to everything that we want in life, that we expect to receive, we either feel worthy of receiving it or not. And I feel like there's a strong message here to be sure to be giving to yourself and not allowing others to take from you what you don't already have available and readily for yourself, okay? The storyteller, you are the author of your own story. You have the pen, you have the ink, you are the one who creates the story. So this is not the story that you want to write, pile number 2, and you know this. That's why you're actively taking roles, you're taking active leadership in getting yourself out of that. The royal you, yes, this is who the F you are, pile number 2, and you know it. You know your worthiness. You know that you're worth everything. Look at all that gold. You are worth it all. Okay? So remembering that, reminding yourself, treating yourself, not necessarily, doesn't have to be financial, but treating yourself as if you are deserving of it. Okay? The rest falls together. Cycles. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. Tune in to the moon's magic. So I feel like, yes, this is another emphasis on something having to do with yourself. Maybe you guys are creating this illusion again because there's something within yourself that you are struggling with, okay? Because I feel immense sadness here. But these two cards right here, as well as like the purple butterflies that are in them, they feel like they're almost from the same deck, right? But it's a reminder to keep the faith. Don't be so hard on yourself, loves. I feel like you're sometimes very hard on yourself. Sometimes you feel a lot of pressure to be somewhere already, to have something already. I feel like you need to relax, first of all. Give me a second. Alright, sorry, my internet's glitching. Alright, so yeah, like I said, I feel like you're really hard on yourself about just a lot. Like you have a lot of your own worst enemy sometimes, pal number 2, and I feel like you need to take it more easy with yourself. You know, be more understanding that there's a lot that's out of your control that you need to just allow to unfold as it needs to unfold, okay? Keep your faith. Everything has its right time. Honor the cycles of your body. There's something specific to some of you all when it comes to your body that I'm not picking up on completely clearly, but there's something there, okay? So honor your body, loves. Please do not mistreat yourselves in any way, shape, or form. Honor your body and all of the beauty that you have, okay? Your unique beauty that only you exude within yourself, okay? Dance. Move your body to music. Dance with the rhythm of life. So this is something else about cycles, allowing things to flow. Manifest your dreams through dance. This is also about like movement, because remember there's all that cobweb, that's stagnant energy that's in there when a spider, a whole ass family of spiders has time to come in and, you know, there's no movement there. So perhaps creating some sort of movement. This could be literally like moving things around in your room, or this could be literally dancing, you know, to get some of that energy out. Get some of those cobwebs out of your energy. Possibility. Raise your standards. Elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential. This is again that reminder to not dim yourself. Why? Because there's parts of you that are wanting to create this old version of saying like, oh, I struggle with money. Money doesn't flow to me easily. Like, don't say that to yourself, okay? Raise the standards. Money flows to me naturally. Why? Because I am a money magnet. Because it is just meant to be that way. This is who I am. And tell yourself that. Remember, you're the writer of your own story, so be sure to be telling yourself the story that you want to be living. High Priestess. Harness mystic power. Oh, I love that the Merkaba's up there. This is about really coming in tune with yourself and your spirituality. So obviously, if you're watching my channel, you've got to be a spiritual person, because we are resonating in the same frequency for me to be able to read and connect with your energy. So High Priestess, like, again, this is like, if you're not feminine, that's fine, but I feel like a strong feminine energy here. And come on now, High Priestess, the royal you, like queen, know who you are. Harness your natural integral energy that is within you. Like, this is who you are. That little cobweb, old dusty cabinet, that's not who you are. It should be filled with riches like this, okay? Sparkly and shiny and new and polished, and not with, you know, not out in some who knows whose basement this is in. And then we have our 3 tarot cards. I think this is equivalent to the 10 of Wands, 10 of Fire. Look at you, all aligned, on fire, Phoenix. I don't know if that's resonating with any of you, but Phoenix has been resonating with me a lot when it comes to this fire, like getting rid, burn that shit. Don't keep it in your damn attic. Don't keep it in your basement. This old image that you have of how your relationship with money goes, get rid of that. Oh my God, I saw 1212 right when I was looking at the... Get rid of that. The end. Bye. Bye, old dusty cabinet. Burn that shit, okay? You don't need that memory anymore. Then we have the 6 of Earth here. So, 6 of Earth usually is like that reciprocation, the Pentacles. However, in this one, he is restrained. He has abundance. He has an abundance of, but he is restrained. And he's the only one keeping himself there. Come on now. Bro, you got the key. What are you doing? What are you doing locked up there? This is you. You have the key. Don't keep yourself there, okay? Unlock yourself. Do us both a favor. Unlock yourself and go claim your abundance because it belongs to you. Oh, God, bye. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. Queen of Earth, equivalent to the Queen of Pentacles, which is bad bitch. I got all my money. I pay all my bills and some. Pay my family's bills, pay my dog's bills, pay my cat's bills, pay my neighbor's cat's bills too. You are abundant, okay? Queen of Earth, look at all of this. Yeah. Whatever seeds you have planted, pile number 2, they're really on their way, and I feel like the only thing that is going to hold them back, if at all, is this dusty-ass cabinet. And this lock, these chains that you have the lock and the key to, okay? So if you get rid of that and replace it with a little bit more of this, a little bit more of this, and a lot more of this, you're going to be just fine, okay, loves? Get rid of that cabinet. It's just hindering you. And I wish you luck, okay? If this message resonated with you guys, please give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate those of you that already have. You're like my OG crew for those of you who are subscribers. I appreciate you. Until we vibe again, loves. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you for joining me for your reading. If you chose this card, the Wind, number 63, or this crystal, the Labradorite, then this is your reading, loves. Alright, so I do have a few channeled messages for you, but before I get to those, I just want to thank those of you that have taken that second to subscribe. I very much appreciate seeing that number going up, especially since I haven't posted a video in almost a week, and I've been seeing that number go. Obviously, I've been very sick because my voice is all scrapey and gross, but I have so much gratitude for watching the channel grow, even though I haven't posted all week. So I appreciate those of you that have. You get to be my little OG crew, my first subscribers, and I appreciate that a lot, okay? For those of you who are new or have not yet subscribed, take that 1 second, click that subscribe button, the notifications, and all that good stuff, okay? You won't regret it. So, Wind. There are changes that are about to or in the process of happening in your life right now, pile number 3. I feel like these may be sudden, but regardless of whether they were anticipated changes that you actively made or if they were changes that came upon without your consent that are just beginning to happen, things out of your control, I feel like it is bringing up some energy of challenge, right? Changes can always be very scary, and I feel like this may be bringing up or triggering a part of you that is uncertain and maybe resisting to these changes. However, you are being guided to really just release any resistance that you may be holding, because these changes, whether anticipated or not, they're going to bring blessings. They're going to bring prosperity. They're going to bring something that you've been wanting, but in a way that you wouldn't expect, is what I'm hearing, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the cards that I have already pre-pulled for you. Ooh, okay. Did not see that coming again. I intended this to just be spiritual guidance, but whatever comes out, comes out. So a new romantic cycle begins. I'm sorry about the glitching of the meditation music. Also, my internet is being really laggy right now. So, new moon in Libra, things coming into balance. This actually may be something, I mean, it's the first card to come out, so it may actually be what I was picking up on, where I was just staring at her smile, and she just sort of like, the message that I was getting was like, you're resisting the changes that are happening in your life because I feel like it's a lot. It may feel very overwhelming for you. And like I said, just change in general is a scary thing for all of us to experience, because we all have a level of comfort that we like to enjoy in our life, where we know how things are going to play out, right? So this may cause maybe a lot of anxiety for you, but there's this message strongly coming through, like, stop resisting, because although you don't see it, like, something that you've really been wanting is coming within these changes. So that's what I feel is like very unexpected, like you don't see it, and this may have to do with love, if that's something that you've been wanting, but haven't really seen it play out. Definitely have not seen it play out with it being a new one, okay? You haven't seen it play out the way that you would have liked it to. However, I feel like it's going to come in an unexpected way, right? Then we have your dreams need a practical plan, full moon in Taurus. Okay, so this to me, every time I see this card, it is about, the message is always, let's get organized, okay? So your dreams need a practical plan. I feel like you have a strong sense of direction when it comes to where you are and where you're headed to in your journey. With all this green, this may be talking about your career. I feel like these are two different things, okay? So I'm going to separate them in case I need to pull extra cards, which I feel I might have to. I feel like two different messages are coming out from love, and then I feel like this is having to do with career. So like I said, I feel like you have a strong sense of direction as for where you're headed, but guidance, not coming from me, it's just guidance, that there needs to be some organization when it comes to this road you're taking, okay? So I always just say, like, the first thing that comes to, I'm not a very organized person, by the way, people. I am a more of a flow type of person, you know, whatever I feel guided to do right now in this moment is what I'm gonna do. So when it comes to my dreams, I'm not very practical. However, I do see this card a lot, which makes sense because I'm not very practical. And I just saw 555, which your reading is about changes. That's too funny. But anyways, yeah, this is the card that always tells me get organized. The first thing that comes to mind to me, because I really don't even begin to know how to get organized, is just like sticky notes, making lists. Okay, that's the easiest thing for me to, when it comes to that, is making lists, because at least everything is laid out. And even if I don't necessarily always go back and check this, check that I've done that, I could always refer to it, right? So I did that once, actually, very side note. And when it comes to everything that I'm doing here, like my tarot channel plus the little metaphysical business that I launched, and I went back like recently I was going through my journal and there was a to-do list, which I probably did because of this card coming out in one of my readings. And I was able to check off a lot of, I hadn't done it at the time, but I went back and like all this stuff I had already done, and I was just so proud of myself. I was like, eek. So at least making lists for the sake of going back in the future and being proud of yourself like I was, okay? Anyways, let's continue. So we have let it go, something having to do with your heart that you are holding on to. You're being asked to let it go. I may pull something for that, okay? Bearing fruit. Okay, I'm just going to do that because I feel like I got 2 cards for everything. I'm just going to go one up, one down and see if it matches for me in the reading because I feel like this is flowing nicely actually with where we're supposed to be at. When it comes to the love, all right? Something that you need to let go of. Down here with bearing fruit, with this dream and the career, and like I said, I feel like you have a good sense of direction and you've already planted a lot of seeds. They're beginning to bear fruit. These seeds that you've planted, loves, okay? I feel like this is where you are headed with these changes that are coming in. They're going to be bearing fruit for you. Polarity, which came out, I think, in reading 1. Integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. I'll connect that in a second. Give me a sec. In a sense, take time to play, nurture your inner child. Live with a childlike sense of wonder. I'm trying to figure out what goes where. If this one goes up or bottom. No, I'm going to say I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it there. Nurture your inner child, live with it like childlike sense of wonder. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're doing in regards to your career. I strongly feel like maybe you're kind of like me in that sense where you just sort of allow your heart to guide you, okay? And I feel like there's an innocence that comes with taking risks that maybe other people wouldn't take, but you feeling the strong guidance to do certain things in your life that are really like paying off for you. Like I said, with this bearing fruit, there's a childlike quality to you when it comes to how you lead your life, no matter how old you are. It's just a number anyways, right? And energy is an energy, and I feel like you're very young in your energy, and I feel like that is definitely to your benefit when it comes to this dream path that you are taking currently, all right? With this polarity here, there's something that you need to let go of, yes, but at the same time, I feel like when it comes to what you've experienced within you, when it comes to love, there's something that's needing to be acknowledged, is what I'm hearing. This is giving me a different message than it did in pile 1, actually, so maybe this is just 2 different things. There's something that needs to be acknowledged in when it says integrate, like the shadow that you would be, like the experiences that you have, the feelings that you have, the beliefs that you have when it comes to love, okay? Now, a lot of the times when we have negative experiences or negative beliefs or negative perceptions or whatever you want to call it about what we have lived, right? What we've known, that we could tend to want to push it away and not acknowledge it. And I feel like in this sense, there's something there that needs to be acknowledged. Why? Because you can acknowledge it, you can gain something from it. Like acknowledging the experience, the wound, the belief, the whatever, the perception that you have in regards to love, whether it be negative or not, right? If we choose to see it as a dark or a light experience, we can transmute, we can integrate that knowledge, okay? We can integrate the knowledge that we gained from this into something that we can benefit from, all right? But also in acknowledging it, we're able to really let go of what from that experience or that wound or that perception or belief when it comes to love that doesn't serve us. We're able to let go, basically like our stomach, right? I don't know why that's coming up as a metaphor, but just hear me out. You know how the stomach has its many parts. I'm no expert, but the basic gist of what the stomach does is absorb what it can use for the body, and then it releases the rest, right? So I feel like that's what's being shown to me for whatever reason, I guess because that's how I could best understand it, is that that's what you're being asked to do with your experiences when it comes to love, is move it through the stomach, if you will, and absorb what you can benefit from those experiences and extract the rest. All right, so Air Guardian, shift your perception. Yes, that's what I was just saying. Then we have Hermit, retreat and recharge. When it comes to career, I'm going to leave that one there. So, Air Guardian with shift your perception. Air being ruling the thoughts and the mind perceptions, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to just say that that's going to be a confirmation here with what I just said about the whole stomach. The stomach situation, okay? This is my confirmation. There needs to be a shift in your perception because I feel like there's something that you are holding on to because you don't want to like re-experience it. You don't want to relive it. You don't want to think about it, so you just like shoved it in a corner. But there's a need to let it go because I feel like what's going to come in for you, like you can't be having old corner trash. You need to get rid of it, okay? You need to clean it out. It's like spring cleaning. You need to clean it out. So how are we going to do that? By shifting your perception about these experiences. How do you do that? You need to process them. Process them like the stomach processes food. While you're processing, take what you can turn into knowledge, into wisdom. Take what knowledge you can take and turn it into wisdom and release the rest, okay? It's going to be fine. It's time to let it go. And then we have Hermit, retreat and recharge. This is in regards to career. So, by the way, pile number 3, you're the only ones that had like 2 different like categories in your reading. Retreat and recharge. I feel like there may be resistance also when it comes to the changes that are happening with your dream life, your dream goal, your career, whatever it is that you're pursuing and putting a lot of time and energy into. I feel like I said, you have a clear indication of where you're headed. Things are going to be starting to bear fruit because you're going about it from the right way. Like you're coming from it of not like a money hungry person. Like you're just following your heart at this point. And that's why it's meant for you, okay? That's why it's going to be bearing fruit for you. With the retreat and recharge, I really feel like this is just about like taking the time when you need it. Because I can, to be honest, resonate with this reading and in my own personal life. And when it comes to this, I've just spent a whole week retreating and recharging, and it was forced upon me by getting sick, okay? So if you are overstimulating or overworking yourself, even if that's just mentally, there's the need to really take care of yourself, okay? Take time, become more organized with your time, so that way you're not just shoving in overworking and then taking, like, you know, like have a plan. Create a schedule for yourself, especially if you're like doing a work from home like I am, where it can be really easy to just go long periods without doing anything and go heavy periods where you're just doing. You know, become more organized and balanced when it comes to that. And then let's take a look at the knowledge. Oh, you got 4 cards. And we have the 9 of Earth. We have the 9, another 9, so 9s may be significant to you, but also coming to the near end of closing off something with all these changes. The 9 of Water as well, and then we have the 5 of Water. Okay, I'm gonna shift this over here. Because I feel like this is what needs to be let go. All right. So in regular tarot, this is the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, which are both like being on your own individually, fulfilled financially, fulfilled emotionally. Okay, so I feel like this is probably where that unexpected change or unexpected gift is coming from, because I feel like you are coming into a place of being really like on your own, but like good on your own, like financially good on your own, emotionally good on your own. And this is not how you expected to invite in love. I feel like you expected that at some place right here before all of this was unfolding, that you'd be in partnership with someone, but actually it's the fact that you're going through this alone and finding fulfillment in this way that is what's actually going to open up that romantic cycle for you, loves. Okay, so strong single independent energy here, but as we know, like that, when you are fine on your own and you don't need a partner but you want one, that's usually when it comes in, right? Versus when you want one, I mean when you feel like you need somebody there. I feel like you're really going to be at a good point to let go. Like the time, I just keep on hearing like the time is now. Let it go. There's a lot that you've still been holding on to that you may not even realize. So like I said, when it comes to contemplating and really like going through, I feel like there's a need of processing. And I keep on hearing that word. There's a need to process stuff that you've experienced. It's going to differ for everybody. But yeah, it's time to let it go. It's time to pluck the knowledge from your experiences and leave the rest behind, okay? That's the strong message. This is my confirmation here, so I'm happy that that came out. Okay, loves? So, winds of change, but bringing in good things. Good things for you. I don't see anything bad here. You're manifesting is what you're doing, pile number 3. And I was happy to have been able to read for you. So, if it resonated, like, subscribe for me, please. I appreciate it. Leave a comment if you feel comfortable doing that. And until we vibe again, loves.